Good morning. This is the today on tutuonline.com and tutorate on Facebook. My name is Adjorkor Mohenu, and I bring to you the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and tutorate on Facebook. Women are a greatest asset to a country. Don't you agree with me? This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com. My name is Adjorkor Mohenu. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show. In the background, we have Becca, Dark. How to treat a woman. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show with me, Adjorkor Mohenu, and I'm sitting in for my sister Rhoda, Doku. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I welcome you all to today's show. Today, I have a fully packed show for you in different sectors, all concerning women. Empowering women is the main focus. Men can also empower women. The rate of teenage pregnancies are increasing, not just in Ghana but other countries around the world. In Ghana, adolescents are suffering. Some are due to rape. Some are genuinely not mistakes, but ignorance and negligence. Everybody has a story. What's your story? This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, tutorate on Facebook, in partnership with Empowered Women in Motion. You can find Empowered Women in Motion on Facebook at Empowered Women in Motion, on Instagram, Empowered Women in Motion, on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube page, Empowered Women in Motion. Thank you all for joining me on today's show. Today, I've already said I have a fully packed show in different sectors and categories. You might be asking what today's topic is, but today's topic is teenage pregnancies. Teenage pregnancies because the teenagers are getting pregnant at an increased rate. What causes it? What are the long-term effects? How do we curb the situation and rather empower these teenagers to be better people in society? This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show, and I'll be introducing my guest in a minute. How do we curb the situation? Many of us have wondered why these things go on without the solution to the problem. But identifying the problem is the main issue. Then walking to the solution is another issue. We have identified that increasing rates of teenage pregnancies, But now, let us get to the solution. Let us empower these girls so that they can be better people in society and later have whatever they want to have. They could be empowering society rather than empowering just themselves. They could be treating men and women rather than just looking at the fact that men are mishandling them. I played a song from Becca. Sorry, Becca talked about how to handle women, not mishandling women. Now, sometimes growing up, things that go on affects the mind, and then we end up making very big mistakes that we cannot correct. But what goes on, we have to move on in life. Now, my guest, good morning, Sister Rhoda. You're welcome to the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com.
Good morning, Audrey. How are you doing?
By God's grace, I'm doing well.
Great.
How are you doing too?
We can't complain. His grace has been sufficient.
How was your weekend?
My weekend. I'll say I thank God for everything. Though I didn't have the luxury to relax because one keeps thinking about how to raise support for our teen moms. We've just expectant teenage mothers we've just come in contact with, especially the rape victim. She went to the hospital on Friday, and so far so good. She's fine. The baby is also okay. Just that she needs to still continue the counseling bit so she can reintegrate herself back into the society. So it's all about the best way to raise support, the best way to assist, and how we can get everybody included to get on board. Yeah.
I must say you're doing a great job with Empowered Women Emotion and supporting these teen mothers, teen expectant mothers.
Thank you, Audrey. But I won't take the credit. I'll give the glory to God for taking me through an experience, and despite the challenges, the stigma, and everything, thank God for how far He has brought us, because it's one thing having the vision or the idea, and it's another thing putting it in effect, and it's another thing getting people to buy into it. So I give God all the glory for what He has started, because we are not anywhere yet. And to all the women of Empowered Women Emotion, I say a very good morning to them, because this wouldn't have come to pass if they have not also committed by believing in the vision to be part of what we are doing.
Okay, on that note, let's talk about our teen expectant mothers. Let me give a brief introduction into these two lives. So we have the first life of Vero. This lady made her way to Lebanon. She made her way to Saudi Arabia, but nothing went on well with her over there, and she came back to Ghana. Now, upon coming back to Ghana, she got a job but tried to change the job and then worked in a pub. In that pub, she met a man she claimed she was into, but she knows nothing about this man apparently. And then she later realized the man was not into her as she was into him, so she decided to go through another man, which she termed as a state of depression. I don't know how much depression was, but and now she's pregnant. All two men know about it but say they are not the father of the child. For 6 months, she hadn't been to antenatal, she hadn't been to any hospital. She was just there, expecting that they will come and at least own up to their responsibility. So when we met her, we brought her here, she told her story, a very emotional one as that. Together with Rhoda and Empowered Women Emotion, she has been able to go to antenatal twice after meeting her in her 6th month, which is her 7th month. Now, let's hear the updates from Rhoda.
So, we thank God once again that He has not neglected His own. before I say anything about Vero, I would like to educate our listeners on the causes of teenage pregnancy. And you know, in Ghana, the rate keeps increasing. And some of the major factors of teenage pregnancy include the loss of livelihood by parents, which, when you study Vero's situation, she's raised by a single mom. She doesn't know the father, so she falls under one of the categories, though she's 21 now. And then we have poverty, we have parental neglect, we have sexual exploitation and abuse, and we have defilement or rape. Curiosity and the risky adolescent behaviors, as well as lack of adolescent and reproductive health education in most communities. So you realize that it is very, very important to ensure that teenage mothers go through a lot. Now, if we want to identify the underlying areas I've mentioned, it tells you that though we can blame the victim who falls under the sexual exploitation bit, those who are responsible for her upbringing play a very significant role in what is happening. And it goes a long way to affect us as a nation. So we want to admonish our listeners that the family have a role to play, the community have a role to play, the church have a role to play, the assembly have a role to play, and the everybody, because we live in a situation where, or in a society where now we don't care about what people do, but when the situation happens, we all come on board to talk about it. And you know, talk is cheap, as they say. What goes into the product, we don't care about it. So this morning I just want to add my voice to it, that before we delve into Vero's issue, these are some of the areas that causes teenage pregnancy. It is not because the person is a bad girl, it's not because the person wants to be a victim. You understand? It's because, one, the sexual education bit is low. Parents have a role to play in that. The church has a role to play. The school has a role to play in that. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is the little aspects I want to talk about. But when it comes to Vero, we thank God she's attended 2 antenatals and she's expecting a baby boy. We are excited about it.
Empowered women emotion.
Empowered women emotion. We have a baby boy. And after Vero's childbirth, we'll train her with a vocation. But on Sunday, we placed a video out there. And thank God, help is still coming. We have Vero and we have Dede. But today we are focusing on Vero because she's due in January. The date we can't tell you, but within the first 2 weeks of January, she should put to bed. So we have an anonymous friend, he's very elderly, who has pledged to take the cost of delivery, everything about the cost for delivery. And I say to you, my friend, that God richly bless you. He's also given us 10 cut sheets. Yay! He's a male. But unfortunately, God bless you wherever you are,
so that he can do more for empowered women emotion.
More for empowered women emotion. God willing, we'll meet him on Monday or Tuesday. Then we have our sisters from Empowered Women Emotion who said, no, things are hard, but we can still support with our token. So the list, I think I have him with the list, right?
The good part is that Empowered Women Emotion sends Vero money every week.
Yes,
every single week.
Every week.
Isn't that the doing of the Lord?
Charlie, it's not easy. That today's world, every week you are sending about 100 Ghana cedis. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. But we thank God that we are able to do our little. She says the baby has been kicking, right?
Yes, the baby has been kicking to an extent that she can't even sleep.
She can't even sleep. Oh my God. Vero, you'll be fine wherever you are. But Audrey, let me touch on the things that are still coming. So we ask for support. We ask for clothes. We are going to give her. We need buckets. We need Dettol. We need pads. We need all sort of things for her delivery. 90s. So if you are still listening, we'll still take the support. So we have
Rhoda, before you continue, let me put out our list, what we need for Vero.
Okay.
So that if anybody is
what
listening,
we have, we can mention it. Yeah.
Yes, so that if anybody is listening, they can at least help support her.
Okay.
So per the list we have here, we need for the mother 3 under sheets, towel and sponge,
Okay.
buckets with cover, 4 cakes of soap, toiletries. We need maternal pad, Fatex specifically, 6 pieces of clothing of line sheets, Parazone, 2 Macintosh, night gloves, night gowns, Milo, sugar, milk, chamber pot with a cover. We need flask with hot water. We can do the hot water, so we need a flask and bed sheets. Now for the baby, we need towel, sponge and soap.
Okay.
Then shea butter or Vaseline. Then cut sheets, as many as we can have, because now we have 2 expecting mothers, so instead of just one, we need baby dresses. We need Pampers, cup and spoon for this baby, hat for the baby, bulb syringe for the baby, ventilated spirits and cotton. Any other thing is welcome because the mother too has to survive. We need clothes for the mothers.
Yes.
So let's go on to what you have.
And don't forget the food bit, the Milo, sugar.
Very
provisions,
essential.
Very essential. So please, if you have rice, whatever, please let us have them. You call us, we'll come to you wherever you are. So we have clothes for now. We still need more. And your 10 CDs, 5 CDs will still do the magic. Please, the list of women who have supported us so far from Empowerment in Motion, let's acknowledge them so that okay. So we have Sister Bertha. Sister Bertha is in the US, but she's part of Empowerment in Motion. She's given her token. We have Sister Melody. We have Sister Juanita. We have Sister Mercy. My humble self. And who else? Sister Hema. So we are saying that we appreciate everything we are all doing to support these girls. We are not encouraging them to do that, but all we are saying is that it has happened. We need to support them to come out of it and put them on the right track. And that's what we lack as a nation. We don't have the support systems compared to other countries. So we have what's the name of your friend?
Oh, Priscilla Okumo. I call her Lily Mame.
Lily Mame, wherever you are, God richly bless you. So Lily Mame gave us 2 cut sheets. We have bars of soaps. We have wipes, about 3 of them. Oh, we have liquid soap. We have baby oil. We have the baby lotion. I thought we'll share with Vero.
We all need to look good, eh?
We all need to look good. And then we have this. You can imagine, yes. So we have the powder, we have the lotion, another baby oil, we have a toy. Oh, you can see it for yourself. Let me not scatter these things. So, and then we have Fatex. Fatex, we just got 1. Please, we need more. Hey, Sister Gifty, Empowerment in Motion. She's also pledged to give us pad, so we know that we'll have enough. And then we have Pampers, right? Yes. So at least when the babies come out, we know that we have to do more for them. And then we have another type of diaper. This is it. Yes, it's in a whole so yes. So we are still taking the donations. Please feel free. Go to our page on Facebook, Empowerment Emotion, Instagram, Empowerment Emotion, YouTube, Empowerment Emotion. And get in touch with us, or you can inbox me or Adjorkor, any of us, if you are friends of any of us, and we'll gladly get in touch to receive the support. With the clothes, we've packed them somewhere, so once we are done with the program, we'll do justice and divide them into two and give one to Dede, who is the rape victim. She is just about 4 months. Yes, so we are still gathering ourselves. So Audrey, basically, this is what we have received so far, and we thank God for the lives of those who are investing into this. And I can assure you, nobody does a work like this and God has not blessed you. Honestly, personally, my success is based on things like this. The more I give, the more I get. So please, let's all do something to support these girls.
Thank you very much, Empowered Women Emotion. Thank you very much.
Empowerment Emotion, our motto is we break the silence. Okay, and it's a women's network, an interdenominational one. We are not political, we are a social network. But one thing I love about the fact that we encourage ourselves and inspire ourselves with business opportunities. So if you're out there and you are lazy, Empowerment Emotion is not for you.
I'm happy to announce that Empowered Women Emotion is organizing a training, a big training. It has already started. So if you want to join, you can contact the Facebook page and you'll be sorted out. So let me say a big thank you to all donors. We really appreciate you and God bless you. Before we go into the main topic, let's listen to a song from Dinah Hamilton. It is titled Irade. Irade Ye Do It, Lord.
Some trust in chariots, others in horses, but I trust the one true God, the one who holds and molds my life. Some trust in chariots, others in horses, but I trust the one true God, the one who holds and molds my life. Enti, Michi Wujo Mire, Michi Wudi Sao Ya Jenina Sutumfo, Odumfo ni Mobrohufo, Obucheri Fu Atoya Dosu, Nyami Be, Nyami Ba, Unyani Panyan Sechin Sayem, Mimfa Madisrema Wenim, Mawuni Mihamota. Michi Wujo Erate, Michi Wudi Ajenina Sutumfo. All power belongs to you. By what's the way? Answer by fire. This prayer, Unyani Panyan Sechin Sayamenti, Mimfa Madisrema Wenim, Mawuni Mihamota. Every say why ebido, why ebido nyame, why ebido nyame. Udini ayebia nyame, udini ayebia nyame. Enti erate ya watie nibio, Yesu ya watie nibio, erate ya watie nibio, Yesu ya watie nibio. Nyame be.
This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. My name is Adjorkor Mohenu, and I bring to you the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women Emotion on Facebook, Empowered Women Emotion on YouTube. You can WhatsApp 055-2280-481. 055-2280-481. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com and Tutu Radio on Facebook. My name is Adjorkor Mohenu, and today's topic is teenage pregnancy. Adolescent pregnancy is an important social and public health concern worldwide, not nationwide, but worldwide. It is linked to several social reasons and economic consequences, of course. We may not be able to point everybody's problem or cause of teenage pregnancy, but what we can say is that many causes of teenage pregnancy run through each other. Same. Now, teenage pregnancy rate of adolescent pregnancies are increasing in developing countries and have higher occurrences of adverse maternal and perinatal outcomes. There are many causes, like I said in the beginning, and teenage normally affects people between the ages of 16 and 19. Teenage pregnancy reduces the chances of a teenager furthering her education or his or her education, because definitely there are two parties that play a part in the cause of the problem. Now, when this happens, what does the society do? What part does the church play? Do we condemn these people and leave them to their fate, or do we condemn? Do we just condemn and leave them? Do we just condemn and encourage them, empower them to find out that there's something better they could do with their lives? The Today's Woman Empowerment Show is not here to encourage anybody to go around and have babies just like that, because that is not what it stands for. Empowered Women Emotion will tell you what is right. It will tell you your mistakes, but it won't leave you to fade away. It will help you rise up and integrate yourself in society once again. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show, and we'll be discussing the causes, the main causes. One main cause of teenage pregnancy or adolescent pregnancy, as many will target, is poverty. Some of these girls in growing towns or developing towns see that, okay, fine, I don't have what those in the developed areas have, but I need to get to where they are. They intend to go around and sleep with men for what they want. And we have a cause, we have an effect, we have a consequence, we have something to deal with afterwards, something they do not think was a problem in the beginning, but now when the problem comes, they now struggle to face out. Now, when you want to attack such a problem, instead of condemning these people, you need to empower them. This is what Empowered Women stands for. It breaks the silence, it speaks for the voiceless. We can also tag lack of parental control as one of the causes of teenage pregnancies. Not to talk about anybody's problem, but let's say that you grow up in a home where your parents feel you can do whatever you want, go out at any time, come back anytime you want. There's no control, there's no restriction. We do not know what goes on in your life. Trust me, you will be a wayward child. But when there's parental control, good parental control, with God in the picture, trust me, there are certain things that when you are going to do, you think about it. Some are genuinely mistakes that we cannot take out of the problem. But when it happens that it is not a mistake, but it is your own ignorance, your own negligence, then we have a big problem, because we need so let me put Empowered Women in this mode. Has Empowered Women in Motion decided to set up something that's going to talk about sexual reproductive health talk to girls who are not pregnant on how to go about these things?
Yes, we have a project like that, but Audrey, unfortunately, when we call for such meetings or discussions, nobody turns up. So we decided that then we will go to the various schools, churches, institutions, and let them know the importance of sex education. But Audrey, you won't believe it. You see, Remodeling Early Mothers Initiative is an expansion of empowerment in motion, because we're strictly handling teenagers and teen mothers. You understand? And I can tell you that it got to a time this initiative was not really accepted because of our culture, because of the mindset of certain people, those in authority. For instance, in the church, I remember we visited a particular church, I'll not mention the church's name, and the pastor said, if we talk about this, rather, it will encourage the teenagers to have the interest to explore, to have sex. You see the stand? So
Because of their mindset.
Because of the mindset. So immediately it tells you that we are refusing to accept the fact that no matter what we do, not all teenagers will stay virgins. Not all teenagers have good parental control. Not all teenagers have the opportunity to be educated about sex. So if you find such a teenager in your church or in your school or in an organization you are in, and we want to come in to educate them, and you take a stand that if we educate them to know the truth, they'll rather go and explore, then if anything happens to them, you, the leader, are to be blamed. Because Audrey, we need to come to the point where we would tell them the truth. Sex is not evil, but the timing and the readiness to have it is key. Let the person be aware that, look, these are the dangers involved. This is the time you can do it. These are the choices available. And then you can add the scripture or whatever to it and let the child understand. Look, there are a lot of young people out there who are confused. We educate them out of context. Oh, the Bible says our bodies are the temple of God. But you've not told the person why he or she should not explore. Because the truth is, we are not spirit beings. So we are in the flesh. So let the person understand that, look, sex was created by God. But you have to do it at the right time. Let the teenager understand that, look, if you do it at an early age, spiritually, there's something we call soul tie. Everybody has something that follows him or her. It's a generational thing. There are some people, if you attach yourself to them, everything of yours destroys. There are others, if you attach yourself to them, things work out. But the bottom line is this: if you are a teenager, you are not qualified to be a mother or a father. You don't have what it takes, because psychologically, somebody else is taking care of you. You are not grown to that extent that you can fend for yourself. How much more a baby? Because you are also a baby. You are not fit to get to that position where you can say, oh, I am grown, I can take care of myself, so I can take care of another baby, or I have what it takes. You are living under somebody else's roof, your parents' roof.
They are feeding you.
They are feeding you. A baby who wants to give birth to another baby. Can you imagine how the world is going to be?
Two babies.
Because look, our culture, the way we've been brought up, Audrey, even when you are 30, you're living with your parents. There are people who are 40, they're still living with their parents. That is our culture. When you go out there, once the person gets to 16, 17, 18, you are an adult. You are allowed to take certain decisions on your own. You get it? So we have advantages and disadvantages of the way we are brought up. So what we are saying is that we need to have a second look of our upbringing of children. When I was very young, my dad bought me storybooks. Okay? But now we look at the era that we live in. Computer or technology has taken over everything. And now everything is on social media. So if you refuse to tell the child about sex, now you'll be watching some videos, and by the time you realize an ad has passed through, either on sex enhancement, either on pornography, even cartoons. Now cartoons that we watch, they are introducing, the other sexes. At first, when we were young, we didn't know we didn't know lesbianism, we didn't know anything. All we knew was mom and papa.
Now these ads are giving detailed explanation.
Now, exactly. Now, and at our time, when you asked me at age 11, 12 to give you in-depth knowledge about it, trust me, I'll be beating about the bush. But now, the era we live in, talk to a class 2 or a class 3-year-old. In fact, a back break down. Even you, the parents, you don't know. Those times when my son comes from school, the schools he attended, I bet most of them are Montessori. When he was in class 5, class 4, the kind of questions the guy will be asking you sometimes I have to lie. God forgive me for that. But what the kind of lie I give him, I call it holy lie. I end up by saying, I'll tell him the truth later, but I don't go straight to the point. Do you get it? And I tell that, look, you are not up to that age. Where did you hear that information from? Oh, this friend of mine. I said, this friend of yours, the kind of exposure he has, it won't help you. So stick to friends who don't talk about such things. But some parents, hey, don't say that. Then you shut the child up. So if the child has anything in the mind, the child will not tell you.
That's when they intend to go and explore.
Exactly.
What you are stopping them from knowing.
They will go and explore. Especially we, the pastor's children, Audrey. We have
okay.
No. It's not about what no. You see, there's a challenge. Our parents are always busy praying for people, counseling people.
So they don't pray for you?
No, they pray for us. But if you're a pastor's child, Audrey, you don't enjoy 100% parental love. Because let me give you why. Your father or mother has adopted so many spiritual children. The time
they become your spiritual siblings.
The spiritual siblings. But listen, what I'm saying is that you only have access to mommy or daddy when you are in the home. You understand? But when they go to their offices for church programs or counseling and stuff, you, the child, you cannot go and sit there 24/7 because everybody wants to come and see mommy or daddy. Do you understand? If mommy is not attending to women's fellowship, phone calls, this, though they will have the love for you, but the attention bit, if you are not careful, you will take care of other people and leave your own children. It is not intentional. It is not intentional. So this child, as much as he or she is growing, if parents are not careful, they will protect other people's children, ensure the best for them, and you leave your own. Do you get it?
Oh no, you have to.
Oh no, but after you, because most pastors are strict, because you want to make sure that your child doesn't exhibit a particular attitude that will tarnish your image. Sometimes they think of themselves first before you, the child. Your image. What will people say? Hey, it's Pastor and so's child. See how she's behaving. The whole church is looking at you. So you are being restricted in a particular confinement. Sometimes our parents forget that the very training they are giving to outsiders, they have to give to us too. Do you understand? So if mommy tells me, don't do this, or I say, don't do that, don't you know you're a pastor's child? I know I'm a pastor's child, but what I want to know, you've not taught me.
So you're going to find out.
So I'll go and find out myself. And I'll be hiding it from you. So sometimes a lot of pastors' children go wayward and it becomes a shock to everybody. Why are you shocked? They are also human beings.
They also need to explore.
Yes. So it tells you that we church members also have a role to play in guiding the pastor's children. If I say in guiding the pastor's children, maybe you're also good at something that you can also help. Do you understand? Because the pastors cannot also do everything. So you realize that there are some issues they cover it when it comes to their children. It's not because it's intentional. Because people will be like, you are helping us do this. How come your children, you are not able to do it for them?
The same people that
you are helping. Yes. That is a human attitude for you. So if you don't position yourself well to help train your own children properly, whatever information you are giving out, then make sure your children at home also get the same thing. You understand? Maybe sex education or whatever. Open up to your children. If outside can come to you and tell you everything, why can't your children tell you what's bothering them? Because it's assumed that, oh, my child won't do that, so I don't need to talk to my child about this. Now wait small. You'll be shocked. And that is why we have a lot of surprises when it comes to pastors' children.
They'll bring you
I've been a pastor's child before, so I know what I'm talking about. My daddy was an apostle. He was roaming all over the regions, traveling, planting churches. Yes, we were close to him, though. But I can tell you for a fact that the spiritual children benefited more than some of us.
The attention wasn't there.
So the attention, the 100% attention wasn't there. Because today is crusade, the next time is this. And he made sure that we were always present at such functions. But you see, he said being present at the functions is different from having one-on-one love or attention for the child. Do you understand? So you feel that because I'm always around, you are instilling that God-fearing bit in me. But you'll be shocked to know that there are so many things. I can come and sit down. I can watch you do what I want to do because you want me to be there. But when it comes to sex education, what are parents doing for us? So we need to keep an open mind. Start talking to our children. Let them appreciate themselves. Let them know that, hey, this thing I am doing, my body, like a female, this is my breast, this is my hips, this is my whole body. I'm fearfully and wonderfully created by God. I am not any child that can walk about anyhow, that I'll be having sex all over the place. I have to preserve my virginity for whoever will marry me. I cannot have sex before I'm married, or I cannot have sex before I'm age 18. If I cannot control myself, I can use a condom. But give me the options so I can decide. Let them know the choice. Let them have the options. Then when it comes to me as a Christian, abstinence is the best. If I'm talking to a fellow teenager, the abstinence is the best. Why am I saying it's the best? In fact, the sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. If you try it once, possibility of you trying it again is very high. But if you don't try it at all and you are waiting for God to bring you the right person, you are blessed. You understand? If you have broken your virginity already, you can be a secondary virgin. If I am a secondary virgin, how do I mean? You didn't know and you made a mistake. It doesn't mean you should continue making the mistakes. You can change by keeping yourself. Because do you know that the more you have sex, the more you deform your body as a teenager? Yeah. Some of them, you see their breast not active. As if they've given birth to 20. The buttocks are flat, as if one thing. You look old because you are overusing them. So the whole body looks like an old person. So if you're a female, the energy in you that you can preserve, the glory God has blessed you with, the more you have sex, the more you distribute them away. Do you understand? And even as a male, if you do that as a teenager, you are also destroying yourself. This is advantage in preserving your virginity. Aside the glory you have, things work out for you quickly. People don't know that. You are naturally favored. There are things you begin to do that others will struggle about. You don't struggle because there's no window around you that has opened. This is a spiritual thing I'm saying. But there are people that feel that, oh, After I've had sex, that is all. But you've opened a window around you, so anything can enter. You can get sickness, STDs. Now we have, do you know that hepatitis, you can get it through kissing. Hepatitis, you can get it through kissing, saliva exchange. But Audrey, my young lady who lives in Adjorkor or Odomi Abra doesn't know that hepatitis can be gotten through kissing. She hasn't even had hepatitis before. Either has she even had gonorrhea or whites before. All they know is sex.
Go to the farm.
Go to the farm, come home. And most of them, there's no electricity in their villages. So this is what they use as their entertainment. And it's sad. So if we are saying teenage pregnancy is increasing, let's get to the grassroots. Accra is not the only place for awareness creation. But the truth of the matter is, those of us who are ready, the support is not coming. So we can only do it within our confinement. I used to go to Kumasi, I've forgotten the village.
I think that when you talk about support not coming, normally people don't support because they don't see themselves in those positions, but they forget to understand that other people's children are in those positions, and it could be their children.
Audrey, this issue, sometimes when I sit back, some of us people will look at things around us and how people respond to needs. We won't do this, but it isn't. We are not here to please anybody. We are doing it because God has laid it on our hearts. You understand? That's why I'm saying that talk is cheap. It's easy for people to criticize. It's easy for people to judge you of a particular situation because they've not been there before. So the passion you will have, they don't have it. Do you understand? But truth of the matter is, can you imagine if you say you are waiting for you to go through this situation before, and these girls give birth to a lot of children and they relocate to Accra? Those of you whose husbands can control themselves and anything scared they see,
They'll come for them.
oh sister. So I mean, this issue of slave queens increasing, blah blah, when I hear them I keep quiet. You know why? It's not that I'm supporting them all. We don't have the systems in place to help these girls. The system is not working. Look, it's as simple as that. I will not play around it. It's not working.
No sugar coating.
The system is not working when it comes to helping the teenagers, when it comes to establishing centers or establishing support base to create more awareness creation. There are organizations who will tell you that they base their awareness creation on only funding, Audrey. So if the funding is not coming, what next? So we mean we can't do anything on our own unless somebody else comes to help us. You can do it wherever you are. Even as we are staying here, when we go to the church, when you are in your fellow church or you are in your community and you see, you can organize the youth. Talk to them. You don't need a platform. You don't need anything to start educating the youth on sex education. You can even start from the home, in the school, in the classroom. In our time, we used to have life skills and vocational skills. Oh, Mrs. Summer, God bless you. In class 6, do you know how she educates us on sex education? She tells us that a woman is like a ripe mango, that everybody will be throwing stones to hit that mango. So if everybody throws stones, the stone that can hit that ripe mango belongs to the person. And that is how young ladies must keep their virginity for the right man to come for them.
So the female reproductive system is linked to that of a mango.
Exactly.
A ripe mango.
A ripe mango. Because if you are not ripe, why would stones be hit at you to fall down? You understand? And it's very important that we need to let our girls understand that, look, preserving yourself is key. Audrey, have you realized that there are a lot of relationships? You meet people say, hey, I was in a relationship with this person. We've rode for 10 years, 13 years. But when it was time for us to marry, he went to marry a virgin.
He has finished using you.
It's your choice. And what dear? Nyade baye de ediwenim. Do you understand? Because when we are coming, they talk to us. Take your time, take your time. We're like, hey, I'm in love. And you know, when you're in love, fresh, sister, wow.
Love is blind.
Hey, love is blind. And you're the apple of my eye. And you're the mosquito in my net. And you're the only coconut. Hey, Radin and Kopo, we've all been there before. So we are not an exception. But I'm happy we've gone through it, because when we are talking, the person knows that you understand the language he or she, or the path he or she is towing. But you see, some of these things do not work, because even the very people who educate these people judge them.
Yeah.
Yes. Before they even start the discussion, they've judged you already. And you see, I am not against those of us who use the word of God to
train up
children. But sometimes the approach is wrong. Or do we are all sinners saved by grace? Me, as I sit here, I am not a virgin. I am a secondary virgin. Why am I a secondary virgin? If I made a mistake, it doesn't mean I should go back and make the same mistakes again, so that I'll go through the same thing. I can preserve my virginity and still be in a relationship if you are ready. I can say bread or envelope. Yes, we can be studying each other, but it doesn't mean I should allow you have your way with me anytime you want me. Some will say sex is love. That is their choice. And this thing we are doing, not everybody will listen. Not everybody. There are others who will take the topic serious. Those who will take it, this is what I am saying to you. If I have access to you several times, please, what is marriage about? If I'm supposed to preserve myself so that I'll be married, and what I'll be doing in the marriage, I'm already doing it,
then there's no need.
Why should the person take me serious? This goes to our sisters.
That's why he goes for somebody who he has not had access to.
It's simple, though. But when you say it, then you become an enemy. I mean, a lot of people are angry with me now because of some of these things.
I hear they're unfriending you on Facebook.
Somebody said, why am I saying that? Yes.
You have become an enemy of social media.
Exactly. But truth is truth. And I'm not on social media to please anybody. Those who understand what I am saying, if they go by, it will help them. Do you understand? I'm not on social media to flirt either. Because I get some of them who wants it like that.
Oh, but those in your inbox, I want to advise them. They should rather listen to the message than look at the pictures.
So of late, I've decided I'm not even going to put certain pictures of mine there. Though the pictures I'm putting there, they are all portraits. But I realize that people don't focus on the message, they focus on the picture.
Yes.
And you see, unfortunately, when you meet me on social media, you ask me if I'm married. That is social media. My status has nothing to do with whatever mission I'm promoting. Neither am I there to say I want a man to marry. That's why I'm on social media. No. I'm there for an agenda and I'm executing it. So if you tell me, some won't even ask you and immediately they'll propose to you.
Then you tell them I'm married.
So no, most of them, this is what most of the girls are going through. They fall in love on social media and become victims of circumstance. You don't know the person. The person has seen your picture. The person knows you are old. The person proposes to you. And you see, one funny thing too is that that's why a lot of scams are going on. Most of the girls would say bugger, abroche, then pam, they fall for it.
They don't like their own homeland.
No. Somebody called me 3 days ago. Oh, who am I speaking to? Then I mentioned, I said, what do you want? Oh, no, I just came from London and
yeah, I'll block you.
You wait. I'm calling somebody's number and it came through yours. I said, well, I'm not the person. Please, what's your name? I mentioned my name. I said, look, this number is on Facebook. People pick it all the time and they call. So what you are doing? Oh, I'm a gold dealer. I said, really? I don't deal in gold. I'm a gold dealer and my father is in Kumasi. So when I came from UK, I said, your father, but if you can speak Tree, then let's speak Tree. He said, I realized he was on airway. Then he said, oh, so where do you say I'm in Accra? Then I come to Accra and see the next. I say I come to Accra because of me, a gold dealer. Oh, don't worry, I'll give you anything you want. These are women who are fickle-minded. They are the people who fall for this. Do you understand? Somebody just calls you in this era of scam, fraud, and other things. Somebody calls and tells the person that the person is using how do you call it? An MTN number. Telling you, oh, me, I'm not like that. Oh, which fraudster will tell you he's a fraudster when he or she realizes that you see
know.
that? Exactly. The person said, oh, early in the morning, the person calls me. I'm coming to, I said, I have a shop at Kandishi, so come there. Oh, I'm coming to you right away. I'll come in my car. Seriously? Oh, don't worry, I'll give you anything you want. Then I said, the things you are saying, are you weighing your words? You give me anything I want. Do you know who I am? You will give me anything I want. And you think because you said you are from London, then no.
He has a car.
He has a car.
He's a
And then at the background, the place was noisy. Like the market, like Zongo. Then I said, why are you at the noisy place? He said, oh, it's the music I'm playing. Then I cut the call. Then he called, oh, why did you cut the call? So what do you want me to buy for you when I'm coming? I'll bring you anything you want. I said, you bring who anything?
But why was the person centering on things?
That is what most of our ladies fall for. Especially, and you see, this is what our culture, the negative acts of our culture has brought us to. Where we are told that, in some homes, you are being told that, forgive me, in the US, that's why I live, so I can tell, but parents don't rely on children for support. You're on your own. What? You brought a child to the world, you think of the child is 18, the child can grow and develop his or her family. You, the parent, you to find your way. But in our culture here, I took care of you, so you have to take care of me till I'm old. So whether the person has it or not, the person is forced to. Okay? Now, looking at COVID impact and everything, things are hard. Look, nobody is comfortable. I was telling a friend that, look, if you see me doing something, don't think I'm comfortable. It's because I'm on a mission. If I had my way, as you always tell me, if I had my way, Mother, I would just sit down. I will even get up one day and go and come and sit here and talk. What am I gaining? I'm not gaining anything. I'm rather putting in. But because it's a self-fulfilled mission, one wants to create awareness. One wants to educate people. So most of our girls out there are material conscious. So they are easily lured. Fried rice, credits, Momo, 20 Ghana, 50 Ghana, 10 cedis, and they fall for it. As for those in the rural areas, is serious. You get with the Western region, some of the expatriates, some of the oil or business executives who live Accra, you go there, they take advantage of the girls, give them peanuts, sleep with them, impregnate some of them. I mean, it's sad. You go to other regions, it's fried rice. How much? Some regions, Audrey, is 1 cedi. I don't want to mention names. This I just take weekend out. I just go to a particular village or a particular rural area, rent a hotel, sleep there, then I'll be talking to the people around, and it's sad. 1 Ghana. And you ask, so why is the man? Oh, they came from Accra to work here, and I fell in love with him. Since I've heard from him, no. If I call, he doesn't pick. They either impregnate you. I got some girls who are outside the region. I'll mention their names. Audrey, all of them are HIV infected.
Some of the effects of these actions that we take.
All the 16 girls are HIV infected.
16
in a particular area. So, and they didn't just get infected, some got pregnant as well.
So the babies also have?
I don't know how it ended. We were able to help about just 5 of them.
Okay.
The 5 were okay, the babies were not. But that's what I'm saying. If such, and now to when they grow to a particular level, they relocate to Accra. But they know that that is where the real business is. And when they come to Accra, guess the kind of job they come to do? Prostitution. You're saying
that's Kayo.
You're saying no, it varies by the regions.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly those from the north that are ready to do kayaye. But those from other areas, I don't want to mention them. Somebody says I'm tagging people.
They don't tag.
Yes. But they openly told some of us.
There
was the time I met one of them at Circle before the June 3rd disaster in 2015, 2016 or so. And I asked her what she was doing there. But I was going to see somebody. Yes, I was taking a course at Adabraka. Then on my way I met her. There used to be a particular hotel, like a restaurant, pub. And the way she had done it was very late, around 9 something. So I saw her sitting in the particular car. So I called her. I said, do you remember me? She said, hey, auntie. Meanwhile, we went to train her with a vocational skill in her village. She was one of the beneficiaries. So auntie, when you left, things were not good anymore. The community people, the elders who promised helping us, blah, blah. We bought materials, went to train them. Buy the same materials and use on your own too. I should leave Accra and come and supply you before you do business. And guess what?
But what role is the community playing?
That is where I'm coming to. Now this girl, that day I was quiet. I was shivering. The man will not even let the girl talk to me. I said to myself, if you know what you are going to get. And the way the man looked, Audrey, obviously he was married. Look, you will never see, hardly will you see responsible, good-looking men and they are single. 80 to 90% are married. But they will leave their homes and do what? Go and chase girls. You understand? And one sad thing is that I met another girl. She wasn't in the village. I met her at a hotel. I'm not mentioning the hotel. Today she's married. Today a white man is married to her. The day she was telling us the story, I just befriended her. I wanted to know much. And you see, once you judge them, they won't open up to you. They won't tell you. All the girls I met them around, GIS. There's going to American Embassy. There's a particular area that the group of prostitutes patrol.
Hey, so even them, they know the expensive areas.
Sure. But the big men, that's where they go.
So they know the expensive
They know.
Hey.
They go there based on appointments.
Sir?
This girl works so, but she's a single mother. She says the boyfriend disappointed her after she got pregnant as a teenager. So she didn't go back to school. They started working at a pub. Through the pub, somebody introduced her to prostitution. She said, sister, the money I make, now I can take care of the home and everything because I am the eldest daughter. Oh yes.
So
out of it, she even went to the university. She went to Legon.
I see.
So you see, there are categories of the prostitution. We have those that are low class, those that we
have first class, low class,
second, and then we have the protocol one. You see, we have the one that one the person is fending for herself. She's been able to work her way out because nobody held her hands to the top. So at that point, we call it the point of no return. If God doesn't come in, so if you go and judge such a person, what do you think will happen? And on campus, she has recruited ambassadors. And they don't just move anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They do it based on appointments. Do you get it?
Yeah.
But I asked her, so will you tell your younger sister to go in such a thing? She said no.
Oh, so she's protecting her own and destroying other ones.
No, there's some of them who find themselves in such situations. It's not because they want to do it. So I'm basing this on the fact that we don't have the support base to educate most of these girls.
But then it all boils down to poverty.
Yes, aside poverty, when a girl finds herself in such a situation for the first time, what do we do to ensure that those mistakes are not repeated? Let's use Vero for instance. If we didn't come to Vero's aid and Vero gave birth, possibility of Vero making more mistakes is high, right? Because nobody has showed her love. Nobody has made her understand that, look, you made the wrong choice, but it's not too late. You can still pick the pieces together. If we are able to establish Vero after childbirth to learn the trade she wants to learn, will she become a burden to society? No. She would work hard, take care of her child, take care of herself, and ensure that her sick mom is well.
Yeah.
True or false?
True.
So, if I talk of support base, I am saying that sex education is not enough. It's just like me coming to tell you that, oh, the God loves you, and I have my Bible in my armpit. Or you are hungry.
You not show me the love.
What kind of love am I showing you? If God loves you and you are hungry, I'll give you food to eat. A hungry stomach does not know that. You see, the level of crime that we are going on here is because of hunger. Someone will say, they should also go and fend for food and eat, or they should also go and fend for jobs. Not everybody can be in your situation. You see, the fingers are not equal. Maybe today you have, tomorrow somebody doesn't have. If we don't help these girls and boys coming up, and the level of crime goes up, or they will come after us. That is the whole thing. So sex education is key. Supporting them is another one. The stakeholders in the various communities, the chiefs, the assemblymen, the opinion leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are there to support people who come to the community to help. But the question is, when we leave, what next? These are people who are in your community. So when we come to create awareness and stuff, you also have a role to do something, because you are also supposed to help, because you have people in the community that are in the position to support such people. But what do we see? Nothing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we are saying that sex education is very important. We cannot rule it out. But when you are educating the teenager, don't let them feel judgmental. Let them come to their level. Let them ask questions. But there are some parents that will tell you, I said, if you go and have sex and you get pregnant and come to this house,
I disown you.
I will disown you, or you are better dead. Meanwhile, at that stage, the person is going to say that the person wants to understand, why is mommy or daddy telling me not to have sex? Let the child understand why the situation is so. If my son should ask me, the last I asked, I said, look, you're about to go to university. If you go and impregnate any girl, and mom, don't say that. I'm not like. I said, I'm not saying you're like that. I am just telling you. My uncle will take up, because girl nanka obefa no rough. You are not working. You are not in that position. Yes, you are an adult because you are 18, but you don't have what it takes to take care of a woman, because still you take chop money from us. The university you are about to attend, we will pay fees. When you wake up in the morning, do you say you have your own money and everything? You are still living under our roof. Just because of these should tell you that you are not ready. So wait, complete a university, start working, move out. Then I'll say that, hey, my son is now a grown one. He's moved out. He's working. He's saving. He has saved enough. Not because he started working, they start having sex. No, I told him. So he knows it. Does somebody ask, hey, why are you fine? Now we need girls say share. Now me need a diploma for 5 girls. And the person told me that, why did I tell my boy that he keeps saying that me need a diploma for 5 girls? And I asked the person, Anka answer ben normal. And it's true, only the obedience of 5 girl now. Me, I don't have Then be ready. I told him be ready to be a carpenter, because your 4 years of the university, you will go and learn carpentry and take care of the girl and take care of yourself. If you want to do that, go ahead. So we need to get to that point. and let the child understand why he's not supposed. So I asked, do you want to be like me and your daddy? He said, no. I said, why? He said, every time I come to worry you, sometimes I can see that you are doing your best to get it. For sometimes it's not easy. I said, yes. Since you can appreciate what we are doing for you, I want you to live with your family. Not that I'm here and that is a no. Have that nuclear family. And he understood the point I was coming from. Someone we need to tell him, mommy, hey, people said I look handsome. I said, me, you are the most handsome guy I've ever seen. If any other person tells you, tell them mommy already says so. You see that your curly hair? You're a very handsome guy. I always make him understand he's handsome. So when you tell him it's not new. Because at the time, some sugar mummies were trying when they see you, hey my boy. I said no, I said, hey, you are my any woman who tells you who's older than you says, hey, who fair, and tell them my mommy says I'm her pet. Like by this time, because naturally he's handsome. But I can't risk it, sister. I can't think far. So parents, be friends with the children. Let's tell them the truth about sex. But let them understand that the timing is not right. And with time, they will learn. And as they progress, they will be coming to ask you questions. The time I saw, I said, hey, you have this female friend of yours. Who is she? I said, mommy, she's my friend. The way he said she's my friend, I knew I had to start talking to her about certain things. And I'm doing it.
But he was open to you.
He was open to me. And I saw some pictures on the phone. I said, hey, this friend of yours, is she your only friend? He said, oh, out of all the friends, she's the closest. I'm an outdoors. I know what. Oh, we'll go to the same university together. I said, really?
Hey, they already.
Then this friend of yours, they said she's a good girl. I said, yes, she's from a good home. I said, I like the way you're also from a good home. Be friends. Just friends for now. And it ends there. But I am not stopping by telling him that, my friend, wise up. If your child will tell you, I'm going out with my friends as a teenager. Yes, it's heartbreaking. You're not sure. Sometimes allow them. Go out. When he comes, hey, mommy, when I went out with my friends, this all happened. You know, when he tells me he's going out, I begin to type. Then I'm like, hey, how is the outing going? Be careful. When your friend gives you a drink and it's not covered, don't drink it. No alcohol. No this. No that. Then he says, oh, mommy, none of us takes alcohol. It tells me the kind of circles he's flowing in. Do you understand? So it goes a long way to let you, the parent, know what is happening. There's a time they went to the beach. He went like, oh, I said, what time did you leave there? He said, we left there a bit late. What is the late? Around 7. I said, okay, next time when you guys go out, make sure that you guys leave there early. Do you get it? We interact, we talk. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, even if I'm not ready to talk, the conversation comes naturally. As soon as I sit in the chair, they start blowing me the filler. What am I saying? I am a happy parent because at least out of my mistake, I'm still pruning my boy.
It means so you won't let your children make the same mistakes that you've made.
My dad saw me as a naive girl, okay? So he bought me storybooks. Unfortunately, he died when I was at age 14. You understand?
Yeah.
So getting a father figure to educate me on that, from that time till I had completed SHS till I was 21, there was nothing like that. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So once I'm alive and he is growing, I need to let him understand stage by stage. And I'm happy. And that's what we are all saying. That even if, you haven't been there as a parent yet, today learn and start talking to your children about it. If you are shy to talk to your children about sex, let somebody, a pastor, a counselor, handle that on your behalf. But don't assume, maybe don't mean yes, madam, boss, feelings, no teenagers, no feelings, no mutual. There's nothing like me ban on ye. If you're not careful about one of the best you, and that is where masturbation steps in. Some of them hide it. and they get themselves into lesbianism and stuff, because if mommy or daddy sees that I'm with Kwame or Kwesi, they'll talk. So let me hang out with Adjoa. Maybe Adjoa too has a background of that. You see how this whole thing begins? And I think you realize you've messed the life of your child.
This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women in Motion on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. My name is Adjorkor, and in the studio I have Sister Rhoda, Doku. Today's topic is teenage pregnancy. What are you telling your teenage children, both male and female? What are you telling them? Adolescent pregnancies are a global problem, but occur most often in poorer and marginalized communities. Many girls face considerable pressure to marry early or end. I'm saying or end because it may or may not happen, and become mothers while they are still children. Teenage pregnancies increase when girls are denied the right to make decisions about their sexual and reproductive health and well-being, knowing what goes into what comes out of what should we do at what particular stage of life. Girls must be able to make their own decisions about their bodies and futures and have access to appropriate healthcare services and education. This is the Today's Women's Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, and we will take a song from Ohima Mercy Otimimu. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women in Motion, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We've been talking about teenage pregnancy. What do you know about teenage pregnancy? What do you think causes teenage pregnancy? What are the effects of teenage pregnancy? In summary, we have talked about the causes. We have talked about what to do. Let me just give you a summary of the causes we have spoken about. Sister Rhoda has spoken a lot. She has given practical examples. She has given her experience. Make sure your children don't make the same mistakes you made years back. Lack of information about sexual and reproductive health and rights can cause teenage pregnancy. Inadequate access to services tailored to these young children can also cause teenage pregnancy. Family, community, and social pressure to marry early is also a major cause of teenage pregnancy. Child early and forced marriage can be a cause and a consequence. Lack of education and dropping out of school is also a cause of teenage pregnancy. We need to advise and help teens to be able to tackle teenage pregnancy, or else whatever we are saying here is going into the bin. How does teenage pregnancy affect girls? We have spoken about what men do or play a part in getting these girls pregnant. We have spoken about the effects and everything. But let's talk about these girls. Adolescent pregnancy remains a major contributor of maternal and child mortality. We have effects and risk. You can have maternal mortality, you can have premature birth, you can have stillbirth, you can have your education interrupted. The health risks that you are going to get, fistula and all these things, you cannot even treat it. Because obviously you don't have what it takes to do that. Pregnant girls and adolescent girls face higher health risk and complications due to these immature bodies that they have. But they feel, okay, they need to explore to know more about it. Babies born to younger mothers are also at a greater risk. So if you find a younger mother who has a child, you can also take part in grooming the child's life so that the child doesn't make the same mistakes their younger mothers made. Now let's go to Sister Rhoda Doku. Let's talk about support for these girls. I know Empowered Women in Motion supports them vocationally, financially, and everything, but let's talk about the support generally.
Audrey, it's not easy. We live in a system where seeing is believing. Sometimes, even if, unfortunately, those of us who are genuine, we don't get the support. So we just have to go all out to do it ourselves. I don't blame people who don't really support, because it got a time that we have people who use people in the name of raising funds for them. They use it for themselves. That is why we have a shop at Kanishi Market. We are not really relying strictly on donors. We also have something that we use the proceeds to support other women, because there are people with empowered women who are married but their husbands have lost their jobs. They also have challenges with their jobs. We have people who come and they'll tell you, today I've not eaten, today things are bad for me, and you have to support. You understand? So if we are really relying on people out there for everything, then I don't think this project will move forward, because personally I have pumped in a lot. And as a communication and development specialist, the reason why I went back to IT is the fact that, aside me trying to use my communication and cyber security background to correct certain things in the field, lucrative wise, it's okay. So I feel that I will be properly established to do more as I wish to support these women, because the more I do it, the more doors open for me. That is me. So if I say I want to look at people out there, and I thank God by December I should be done, and whoever comes, yeah, as I speak to you, I'm doing my project work in networking. So organizations and other things, I can consult for them and take my money. But by November, I'm a security analyst. So if somebody hacks into an organization's network, I can advise them as to how to go about it. But what I'm saying is that, and I'll charge, but the money chunk will go into this project.
But that is where your blessings.
That's what my blessing
tied
is.
to.
And truth of the matter is that we don't have, the system is not working when it comes to women or broken women. We don't have infrastructure to help such women. That's why we have the land available to help the women get. But in the case of waiting for it, we have an office we are paying rent for, we have a shop we are paying for, we have staff we are paying them, but not with any external funds. All comes from my pocket. But I'm hoping and praying that as I venture into this new field, more support can be given to such women. But it does not also prevent us from letting people understand what the vision is, so they can also come on board to help. Because I can't do it alone. Ghana is big, Accra is huge. So what if we have people like 20 of Vero's situation, or 10 of the girl who was raped? I can't do it alone. So this is an all-inclusive approach. Udia kakra, media kakra, somebody's 10, somebody's 5, somebody's this, somebody's that. With that, it help us to understand what people are going through and how we can also support. But as I told you, it's not just about the support base. It's about putting up a positive behavioral change towards the situation. It's about how we can change our strategies of not judging these people, by making them understand where they went wrong, how we can help them bounce back, and then put them on the right track. Because how do the truth is, if we help these girls and they get on the right track, they become ambassadors. That makes the work easier. And it goes a long way to affect us as a nation. Because most of these girls who have tagged themselves as slave queens or whatever, Audrey, who are single mothers, if there was a support base, the number will not increase.
Yeah.
That's the truth. The number will not increase and marriages will rest. Yes. But because there's no support, the person is trying to survive. When the men go out there to propose to them, they'll tell them, I want to have something to do with you. So why wouldn't the person break your home? Do you get it?
Yeah.
So we don't have to wait till we know that it will be an indictment on us before we support. It's even biblical. The Muslims know this. The Christians know this. I don't know of other religions. That supporting each other is key. So it doesn't matter your background. What matters is you've seen a social need and you want to support to make somebody's lives better. So basically, if people want to support, it's fine. And guess what? We are starting our share butter business. We have a rep now in South Africa who wants us to be supplying them with share butter, and there'll be our agents there to sell, so we can put back the money into running the project and to help establish the center we are talking about. So personally, we are also doing things on our own business staff or networks to see what we can do, because it's one thing putting up the building, it's another thing finishing it, it's another thing getting people to come and do whatever they need to come and do. So it becomes very, very difficult for people to know that this is what is really happening. So people need to understand and then come on board to support us.
Now let's talk about expanding to other countries, other regions. No, let me not say regions, because you've already gone through regions. But let's talk about other countries, like in South Africa, Nigeria. What's the plan?
Okay, so currently we have some members in South Africa. We are hoping and praying that after we are done with Ghana, we can move to other countries. We are having like an organization with similar interests, so we can have partnerships with other organizations, because in this era, culture is dynamic. So you have to know the interest of what the person is doing, whether they fall in the same category, and then you can have partnership with them to also help promote the mission. Yes.
We want to know more about our second teen mom. What has gone on so far? We've had updates about Vero. What about pressure? Dede.
Dede. So Dede has been to the hospital. They checked her blood. She's fine. The doctors requested for some tests to be conducted at General Hospital, and it's been done. So now, health wise, she's good. But as usual, she has to eat well, because her blood level has dropped, and then also her clothes and the same support we are seeking for Vero. But the difference is that we'll have to also put her on some allowance, just as we are doing for Vero, so that she can eat well. And then she needs a counselor. We are doing our part, but if there's another support, we don't have a problem. She needs the love because she's traumatized, but she's a strong girl. That's one thing I love about her. She's a happy-go-lucky girl, and since she wants to go back to school, it tells you we have a lot of work to do. So because of this, we can't take more. Dede and Precious and Dede and Vero are two huge projects already. Aside the other broken women, we are counseling and other things. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about the vocation.
Mm-hmm.
Empowered Women did bead training.
Yes. So we are offering free earrings and bead training to support our sisters who feel they are home and want to do something out for themselves. Because we believe that we are just a support base. We cannot take responsibilities of people, but we can help you discover yourself with a trade. So for now, that's what we are doing. But once the center is ready, we'll have the fashion bit, we'll have the other. And guess what? We are trying to introduce our own initiatives where, God willing, from next year, we would take some to the US, um, with our sisters over there in the Ghanaian community, showcase what we've done, have some partnerships with other events and stuff, and then, sell the products that we'll be producing to them. We don't want to come to you and say, give us this, give us that. Buy our products that the same women have worked on, and we'll use the money to help them. Yeah.
Nice. So, Empowered Women in Motion has about 100 women that they are supporting each day.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one thing I know about Empowered Women is the preaching, the Bible, the conversations, the talks. Do we have these measures in place whereby our girls will be spoken to? Because I know the mothers have a platform that they deliberate about a lot of things. What about these girls, these upcoming girls?
Yeah, as I said, because they are from a particular background, we cannot just bring them on board quickly. But we do the one on one coaching and mentoring and counseling so that we can understand what they are going through. God willing, next week we will have to go to Nsawam, go to Vero's house, see the situation, understand exactly what she finds herself in with the family, and then we can take it up from there. So, yes, we are looking at setting up another platform for just them, like minds, and what they need to understand of themselves. But for now, we're doing it on one basis. Yeah.
This is a today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. There are so many videos you would like to go back to watch to get empowered. My name is Audrina Adjorkor Mohenu, and I'm in the studio with my sister Rhoda Doku. Funny part is I'm sitting in for my sister Rhoda Doku, who is my guest. Isn't that amazing? Now I know Empowered Women has a conference coming up. Tell us about it.
Okay, so we have the International Level Up Conference. We had the main edition in March 2021 at the Believers House of Worship. And then we are having a second one in December, which is on the 11th, and it's going to be on Zoom. So we are entreating most of us to register, it's just 20 cedis on egotickets.com. As at yesterday, when we checked, nobody, people have called. But if by next week people have not registered for it, then we will decide whether it should come on or not. Because at the end of the day, it's another way of raising proceeds to support the same girls. Yes, and we have speakers like Mamia Joa, Mrs. Mamia Joa Pia, who is a human capitalist. We have Neil Armstrong Motagbe, who is also a human capitalist. We have Reverend Adjorkor, and then we have Rabbi Odami and Son of Marriage Clinic, and then we have reps from Slams Technology, who also educate us on the dangers of cybersecurity, and we're gonna have fun. But I'm particular about this year because next year is going to be a different thing altogether. So we are saying that those who are interested, the theme is finding purpose, well-being with enhanced relationship and security. There are most of us out there who don't know our purpose, Audrey. So we need to find our purpose.
Yeah.
And when it comes to relationships, you know that people feel that because they have children, it's very difficult falling in love again. It's very difficult balancing their relationship lives because maybe the men they're in a relationship with are not the fathers of the children, and even those who are married, they are still facing challenges because of our expectations. So Rabbi Odami and Sam would teach us how to enhance our relationship once we know our purpose. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be interesting, and we shouldn't lay back with it, but rather let's go to egotickets.com and then have it registered over there. And you can also get us with all enquiries on 05553 60033 or 0541556677, or you can send 45 #45 to WhatsApp number 042426427, or you can pay directly with your Momo by dialing *713 *33 *45 *713 *33 *45 to secure your ticket. Please, it's going to be fun. Or please visit us on our Facebook page. That's on Empowered Women in Motion, Instagram Empowered Women in Motion, and on YouTube Empowered Women in Motion, and we can let you know how you can get the ticket. In case you can't do the purchase of the ticket, link up with us, send the money, and we'll register you. Thank you.
So this is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women in Motion on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can also contact Empowered Women on 0555 360033 and would attend to all your enquiries. Don't forget the Level Up Conference. It's actually at a very low cost. I mean, let's all sign up. It's very easy. You don't need to go through the stress of finding money to do a lot of things. Fine, these things that they are going to discuss, trust me, you won't get it anywhere at that cost. You won't get it anywhere at that cost. So let's all go to Empowered Women in Motion on Facebook and sign up for their Level Up Conference. There are more other exciting things that Empowered Women has in place for these women and these girls. Let us support. Let us learn to give. A cheerful heart that gives never lacks blessings. So let us learn to give. Let us support our teen mothers, Vero and Dede. I'm hammering on these two because they are about to deliver. Let us not let the children suffer for the mistakes of their mothers. Let us let them come, learn from the mistakes, and be better people in society. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show. All too soon, we are about to come to the end. I have had a very exciting moment with my sister Rhoda, but before I'll go, I'll let her give us her concluding thoughts on the whole topic teenage pregnancy and what to do as a child.
Thank you very much, Audrey. All I can say is that teenage pregnancy is not something that can be stopped straight up. It can be reduced gradually, but it takes you and I to help work on it. So we all have a role to play. Let's not sound like we are I don't care. Let's show concern. Let's also not be too judgmental on these girls, because once they feel judged, they form alignments. Most of them get into prostitution and a whole lot, and marriages also suffer because our men will go chasing them. We also have a responsibility by supporting what we are doing. You're saying you throw about panana you piano. So please, mumbe piano and let's do this together. We are not doing it for ourselves. We are trying to develop our own nation. If these girls are supported, they will leave the streets. The guys also leave the streets and will live in a peaceful nation. But if we don't do that and we think only of ourselves, we'll find ourselves wanting. And also, I'd like to appeal to all of us. Please, 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 again, subscribe to our pages and come to our aid whenever we call upon you. So far, so good. Thank you so much. All those who have supported us so far, we are still taking the donations. And as we assure you, we are showing them to you. There's no way any of us will take it personally to use. We are doing it to support our sisters, Vero and Dede. And we'll keep updating you. But I'm excited and sad at the same time to announce to you that this is my last day for the year. So my sister Audrey and the other team members will be taking over from me. I have to focus and do other things too. So I love you and I'm grateful for the support, and I know that this vision has come to stay. So whether I am here or not, it is still working. And I'm glad about the impartation bit. It's good to train people. As a leader, I'm not commending myself, but I think I've done a good job.
Oh, you have.
Yes, by giving others opportunity.
Yeah.
And to train others too. I want to sit back one day and say, yeah, I was part of this vision.
Yes.
So thank you so much, and I'm grateful.
This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on tutuonline.com, Tutu Radio on Facebook, Empowered Women in Motion. I see that my subscribers are going up. Please keep subscribing. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Empowered Women in Motion. I took my time to say it so that those who be typing will hear it. Empowered Women in Motion.
Not empowerment.
No, Empowered Women in Motion. See, when you type empowered on Facebook, it will come. It will come. So just type Empowered Women in Motion. Please go and like, follow, comment, interact with me over there. I'll be there. I'll be in the comment section. I'll be watching. So please, let's also remember our Level Up conference coming up on the 10th and 11th. One is at Nima Market. That is the health awareness talk on the 10th of December, and the online conference on the 11th of December. Remember, the theme is finding purpose or well-being with enhanced relationship and security. We have very well-versed personnel that will be talking to us on that day. Please, let's contact 0555 360033 or 054 155 6677. They will answer all your questions concerning the conference. This is the Today's Woman Empowerment Show. Thank you for sticking with me. I love you all, and I'm grateful for all those who have donated. We are still calling for more support. Your little tin milk or Milo, please, the food is very important because they need to eat. So whatever you have, no matter how small, your coins, we very much appreciate it. So please contact 0555 360033 to support these girls. All too soon, the show has come to an end, and I'll see you next week, Thursday. Now, Empowered Women in Motion has the Today's Woman Empowerment Show on Thursdays, 10 to 12 p.m., 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It is on Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So I'll see you all next week, and it's bye bye from us in the studio.